Welcome back to Trending Update USA. This is Steffan and I am glad you're with us today as the tennis world lights up with one of the most talked about stories in recent memory, because Nick Kyrgios is officially coming back to the ATP Tour. After months of uncertainty, speculation, frustration, and silence broken only by flashes of controversy and personality, the Australian star has now confirmed his return to competitive tennis following his participation in the highly publicized Battle of the Sexes exhibition. For fans, critics, and the tennis establishment alike, this announcement carries far more weight than just another comeback story. It represents a pivotal moment in modern tennis culture, a reminder of how deeply one player can polarize, electrify, and reshape conversations around the sport. Nick Kyrgios has never been a conventional tennis player, and his journey back to the ATP Tour is anything but conventional. Injuries have sidelined him for much of the past 2 seasons, with wrist and knee issues repeatedly derailing his momentum just as fans believed he was ready to make a sustained run at the very top. The raw talent has always been undeniable. From his fearless shot-making to his unmatched touch around the net, Kyrgios has proven time and again that he can beat anyone on any surface. What has been missing, however, is continuity. Tennis is a sport that demands routine, discipline, and physical resilience, and Kyrgios has spent much of his career walking the tightrope between brilliance and burnout. The Battle of the Sexes exhibition was supposed to be a spectacle, a one-off event designed to entertain and challenge traditional boundaries in tennis. Instead, it became something much more significant for Kyrgios. Stepping onto the court in that setting, free from ranking pressure and ATP points, he looked relaxed, sharp, and most importantly, pain-free. His movement was fluid, his serve explosive, and his competitive fire unmistakably present. Those watching closely could sense it immediately. This was not a farewell tour cameo. This was a test run. Following the exhibition, Kyrgios addressed the questions that have followed him relentlessly. Would he return? Was his body ready? Did he still have the motivation to grind through a full ATP season? His answer was clear and direct. Yes, he is coming back. Yes, he is committed. And yes, he believes he still belongs among the world's best. That confirmation sent shockwaves across the tennis community, igniting debates, excitement, and skepticism in equal measure. For the ATP Tour, Kyrgios' return is a commercial and cultural boost. Love him or hate him, Nick Kyrgios brings eyeballs. Television ratings spike when he plays. Stadiums fill faster. Social media engagement skyrockets. In an era dominated by the consistency of players like Novak Djokovic, Carlos Alcaraz, and Jannik Sinner, Kyrgios represents chaos, unpredictability, and entertainment. He doesn't just play tennis, he performs it. Every match feels like an event, every press conference like a headline waiting to happen. Yet the stakes are higher now than ever before. Kyrgios is no longer the reckless 20-year-old shocking the tennis world with his fearless wins over legends. He is a seasoned professional who has tasted a Grand Slam final, experienced the weight of expectation, and confronted the physical limits of his body. His return raises serious questions about how his game will translate after such a long absence. Can his wrist withstand the repeated stress of his massive serve? Will his knee allow him to move effectively against the tour's relentless baseline grinders? These are not abstract concerns. They will define whether this comeback becomes a triumphant second act or another frustrating, what-if, chapter. One of the most fascinating aspects of Kyrgios' return is the mental dimension. Over the years, he has spoken openly about struggles with motivation, mental health, and the emotional toll of professional tennis. His honesty has resonated with fans who see themselves reflected in his vulnerability. In confirming his return, Kyrgios emphasized that his mindset is different now. He is no longer chasing validation or external approval. He wants to compete because he enjoys the challenge again. That shift, if genuine, could be transformative. The timing of this return also places Kyrgios directly into one of the most competitive eras in men's tennis history. The sport is in transition. Legends are nearing the end, while a new generation is establishing dominance. Alcaraz brings explosive athleticism and joy. Sinner offers precision and relentless improvement. Daniil Medvedev continues to frustrate opponents with his unorthodox brilliance. Into this mix steps Kyrgios, a wild card capable of disrupting any draw. His presence alone changes tournament dynamics. Players prepare differently. Crowds react differently. The energy shifts. There is also an undeniable narrative pull in seeing Kyrgios potentially clash with the sport's new leaders. Fans are already imagining matchups that feel almost cinematic. Kyrgios versus Alcaraz under the lights. Kyrgios testing Sinner's composure with his flair and unpredictability. These aren't just matches, they are cultural moments waiting to happen. From a tactical standpoint, Kyrgios' game remains uniquely dangerous. His serve is among the most feared on tour, capable of producing free points even against elite returners. His forehand, when engaged, can dismantle defensive patterns. His touch at the net, often underappreciated, gives him options that few modern players possess. The challenge has always been consistency, both within matches and across tournaments. If he can shorten points, protect his body, and choose his schedule wisely, Kyrgios doesn't need to play a full calendar to make a major impact. The Battle of the Sexes exhibition also highlighted something important. Kyrgios thrives when the environment is fun, competitive, and emotionally charged. That suggests his team may focus on tournaments where he feels energized rather than obligated. Selective scheduling could be the key to extending his career and maximizing performance. Fewer tournaments, more focus, higher intensity. It's a strategy that has worked for other veterans, and Kyrgios may finally be embracing that approach. Public reaction to the confirmed return has been predictably divided. Fans flooded social media with excitement, celebrating the return of one of tennis' most entertaining figures. Critics, however, remain cautious. They point to his injury history, his inconsistent commitment, and the demanding nature of the ATP Tour. They argue that exhibitions are one thing, 5-set battles another. Both sides have valid points, and that tension only adds to the intrigue. What cannot be denied is that Kyrgios' return reignites conversations about what tennis should be. Is it purely about discipline, endurance, and repetition? Or is there room for expression, individuality, and emotion? Kyrgios has always challenged the sport's traditional image, sometimes to his own detriment, but often to its benefit. His comeback is not just about ranking points. It's about identity. Sponsors are watching closely. Tournament organizers are eager. Broadcasters are preparing storylines. The ATP Tour understands the value of a healthy, motivated Kyrgios. His presence bridges generations, appealing to younger fans who consume tennis through highlights and personalities as much as through results. In a crowded sports landscape, that matters. As Nick Kyrgios prepares to step back onto the ATP Tour, expectations are intentionally undefined. He is not promising Grand Slam titles. He is not declaring a run at world number 1. He is promising something simpler yet more compelling: to compete, to entertain, and to test himself against the best once more. For a player whose career has been defined by contradictions, that clarity is refreshing. The road back will not be easy. There will be setbacks. There will be scrutiny. Every loss will be dissected, every outburst magnified. But every win will feel electric. Every serve will carry anticipation. That is the Kyrgios effect. Tennis is rarely neutral when he is involved. In confirming his return after the Battle of the Sexes exhibition, Nick Kyrgios has reminded the world why his absence was felt so deeply. He is not just a player, he is a phenomenon. And as the ATP Tour prepares to welcome him back, one thing is certain: the game just got a lot more interesting.